What's going on, everyone? Coach Aaron here, back in another video to help you dominate a platform. Today we're going to go over a quick tip on the bench press starting position. So let's get right to it. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Hope you guys had a good weekend. If you're new here to this channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Aaron Khamesi and I'm a powerlifting coach, athlete, meet director, and referee. So I make videos here on the channel for those groups of people in the sport of powerlifting. So if that's something that you like and you're interested in seeing more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. Today we're going to go over a quick tip on your bench press starting position to make sure you're starting in an efficient position, not wasting any energy, and you're also going to get better handoffs. So as you see, I'm already on my computer over here and I already have a video pulled up of me doing a bench press setup with just the empty bar, just so you can see what's going on as far as the position of the barbell in relation to the shoulder blades. So let's play it real quick and you can see the different positions that I have as the video is playing. So here I unrack it. That's one position. Here's another position. And here is a third position. All right, so let's go over what's going on. Obviously, I'm showing some extreme examples, but what I often see with lifters, especially when they shoot from the side view, you can see that, is that the bar is not directly stacked over the wrist joint, the elbow joint, and then over the shoulder blades, especially in that starting position. So you don't see it as often too much where the person's going towards the belly like I have in the second position. So as I go forward here again, here is our second position. So you don't see this often. And then again, I'm showing an extreme example, but if you do have someone that's going too far towards the belly, it may be useful for equipped benching. When they have this shirt on, it's going to change the position a little bit, and they may have to bring the bar a little bit more towards the lower chest and towards the abs. But again, it's not going to be this extreme, because in this position, the bar is not in a stable position and your shoulders are not in a stable position. So what you have to do here in order to maintain this position is use energy with your front delts and maybe even a little with your pecs, because you're doing basically a front raise. You're doing a static front raise, okay, like if you were doing it with dumbbells or even with the barbell, but here you're just holding in that position. So you have to use your delts and your pecs to maintain that position, and you're wasting energy. And you can see everything is not stacked correctly, and if you went too far forward, or depending on your wrist position, the bar could also slip out and fall out of your hands. Okay, and then the third position here is what you'll see more often. Again, I'm showing an extreme example, but if you have it too far over your head and over your eyes, then what's gonna happen is, again, what energy are you using? You're using your lats, okay? So it's kind of if you're doing a straight arm lat pull down, okay? That's basically what you're doing here, is you're statically holding that straight arm lat pull down, or maybe even like a dumbbell pullover, if you want to think of that, where you're laying down and you're doing a dumbbell or barbell pullover. So you're using these lats and using energy to maintain this position. Okay, so again, you can see the bar's not stacked over the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder blades. You have the bar stacked over kind of the J hooks and then over here towards my face and my chin. Okay, so you'll see this more often, and I've seen it sometimes at local meets when I have to give some lift offs, and you try and give the lift off to where you think the person should have it, which is basically over that middle to lower chest in line with the shoulder blades. But there have been times where I go to give the lift off and like the person is fighting me. So I'm trying to bring it out further, but they're trying to keep it closer here to the hooks and closer to face. They're almost fighting me. So I almost mess up their lift off by me trying to put it where they should have it and them trying to fight it and putting it in this bad position. So one of the things is you're wasting energy depending on which direction you go. You're either wasting energy in those delts and those pecs, or you're wasting energy in the lat pull down. And then the other thing is that you may get a bad lift off, because the lift off person, if they're an experienced lifter, they're going to try and put it to where every other lifter is getting it and try and put it to where you should have it. So if you have an extreme example one way or the other, then they're not going to put it in where you want it, and you might try and fight them or have to finish yourself putting in the position you want, and then you're just going to waste more energy or be out of position. Maybe the person pulls you out of position, that kinds of stuff. So what you can see in that very first position that I had, and I go to it again right here. So what you want is a stacking here of the barbell over the wrist joint, the elbow joint, and then over the shoulder blades. And you can draw a vertical line and go straight down through everything here. okay? So that way, what people will say is it kind of feels like the bar is floating. You could hold this position even with the heavy weight for basically forever, because the weight is pushing down through the joints and you have everything locked out and pushing into your shoulders, and you're not wasting energy by having to fight gravity in one direction or the other. All right, so for the bench press and even in the other lifts, you want to start and finish in a stable position. So here I have a stable starting position, and then when I do my bench press and I come back up and I finish, then I'm gonna finish in the same position, which again is a stable position. You can maintain this position if you get a long start command or a long rack command. It's not gonna expend any energy. The other thing you may notice, if I can go back a little bit, is when I go back to the position that I want, that good position, it also then with that weight and everything helps you finish off that pulling the shoulder blades together and setting everything. So the bar actually goes down a little bit when I bring it back in this position, and then I set my shoulders right there. And obviously when you have more weight, you'll be able to pull this down more. But you may not be able to get as tight as you want with pulling the shoulder blades back, pulling the chest up, driving the legs when you're doing it without a bar or even with the empty bar. But when you do have that weight and you do have your back chalked nice and well and you have a good grip on the floor and you can really push against these positions that are not moving. So when you're driving your legs, you're pushing your shoulders into a position where they're not sliding. And then with the weight over here in the hands on the barbell, you're gonna push the shoulder blades down and together with that weight. So you see that I kind of set my shoulder blades finally when I get into this good position, and then drop the bar. So you can see the bar right here kind of go down a little bit as I'm finally setting everything. You can see over here the chest and the rib cage goes up a little bit as I'm setting everything. So just a quick tip for your starting position, making sure you're not one extreme or the other, where you're wasting energy using the delts and the pecs, or you're wasting energy using the lats. You also may get a bad lift off because the person's gonna put in the position that you don't want, and then you have to finish it off yourself. They may pull you out of position, and then being able to get that final setting of the shoulders and pulling the chest and the ribs up with that weight when it's sitting directly above the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder blades, okay? It should feel like it's floating, okay? So you can actually practice this. You can go in the gym and you can take the empty bar as well and go into a bad position in one direction, go into a bad position in the other direction, and then try and find that middle ground where it's just floating and everything is stacked perfectly, okay? And then you'll know that's a good starting position for you. And that's regardless of what kind of grip you're using or how much you arch or everything like that. You go one extreme, go to the other extreme, and then find that perfect position for you. So hopefully that helped you out. If you like videos like this, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm gonna do another one, hopefully tomorrow, going over the bottom position and going over the stacking of everything and the forearm angle on the bottom position. So we're gonna break the bench press down into a couple of different videos. So make sure you stay tuned for that video. All right, see you guys next time.